Okay, now I'm gonna start telling these stories. Probably I'm gonna try to condense them probably under 25 minutes because I'm gonna upload them from my phone. I don't know what's going on with this computer, man. I can't record on my computer no more, man. On my laptop, rather. So this story here is about movie night at the prison. Now, in the 90s, they had movie night. They would play movie night, but they would play it on VHS, right? So how they would do it was these old style computers. I say computers, my bad. These old style TVs. They would hook up a transmitter. They would get a couple transmitters. They'll put them on the transmitters in the dorms, and they would put an old style TV, like a little box TV, on like a cart, and that's how they had it. They'll roll the cart around, you know, um, in each dorm or whatever, right? So they would transmit the movie from one TV, which would be in a whole separate dorm, to all of the other dorms. Okay, when flat screens became a thing, they transferred from from box TVs to flat screens on the wall. But they still use that same transmitter, that they will hook up to, in one dorm, and then they would transmit the movie. They'll only play the movie on like, one TV or whatever, but it would is transmitted, So y'all get the picture. And then when they came into DVDs, same thing. Okay, so this particular story here is about three individuals, right? Two of them were brothers, okay? The third guy was a tall 6'6", 6'7" white guy. Okay, these all three of these guys have was locked up. I'll say probably at this time in 2007, probably about 40 years. I'll say about 40 years, right? And they was in their 50s or early 60s. Like they had been locked up since they was like 12. I'm gonna just put 12 on it because I know they wasn't any older than 13 when they got locked up, and they literally been in prison since then. Okay, so at this time, you know, if y'all have heard other people that tell prison stories, they talk about trustees or runners or people that administration trust. So on the south side of this particular prison at West Jefferson, we had free world people that would come in and do the drug programs and the honor programs that can help cut some of your time down. That's what they say. I know people that got all those programs, they GED, everything, had 26 years and none of their time got cut off. They probably got in trouble their first 2 or 3 years in prison, and they was on like year 13. They hadn't been in trouble since like year 2 or 3, and they still didn't cut none of their time down. That's just how the system works. But anyway, movie night. Movie night is Friday nights after chow. Now, they'll usually start with the south side for movie nights. And then once the movie get through playing on the south side, they shoot it straight to the blocks. Now in the blocks, same situation, with the TV situation. The transmitter is hooked up in one block and in one particular block, and it transmit to the other block, right? Okay. So the tall white guy was living on the south side, right? He had been down there for like 3 months, 4 months, or whatever. So the free world teacher that was down there, she said he was going to be the TV guy, the movie guy. She was going to let him set the movies up, make sure that don't nobody change the TV, turn the TV on what they want to turn it on. She's going to give him the remote to the TV and the job task of playing the movie and make sure the movie gets to the runner to go up the hallway to the blocks. That's just how it goes. So this was an ordinary day. Count cleared on time. Chow got fed on time. Everybody back in the block by 6 o'clock. Everything ready to go for the movie. She tell the dude that's at the door, because in this particular dorm, they had to have someone sit at the door to monitor the traffic in and out. Because if the people that live in this dorm go outside at a certain time of day, they would lose their spot in this dorm, get kicked out the program. They were strict about that. So the white guy said, okay, he was ecstatic about it. Now, I'm gonna say a couple of words that we normally said in prison, which was like either you out of pocket or you on escape. Now, I don't know if a lot of people that's gonna see this that's gonna know what I mean by that, so I'm for to explain it. Being out of pocket somewhere in prison when you're an inmate means you live in one area, but you just caught in another area. That's out of pocket. Going on escape does not mean you're going to escape the prison. That's not what that means when inmates say that. Not in Alabama. We'll say, man, I'm gonna go on escape, man. That means we finna go somewhere where we don't live and chill all day long. That's what we finna do. We finna go on escape. I'm finna go on escape. I'm finna get up out that block, or I'm finna get up off the south side, man. I'm finna go to the blocks, man. You know what I'm saying? Dudes literally miss. Like, say for instance, you live on the south side, but you got, you left the blocks. You know what I'm saying? Somebody crossed you out. So they moved you to the south side or whatever. Dudes would literally, man, I miss living in the blocks, man. They put me in this old program, man, talking about they want to. Dudes will go on escape. Dudes will leave the south side, go to the blocks. And I have seen dudes stay in the blocks and I'm talking about clear every count for 3 days. Clear every count for 3 days. I don't know how they did it. I'm out of pocket like a mug. I'm out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Down there because of my cell phone. I had a cell phone, but I let my homeboy use the charger. He keep the charger because on the south side of the prison, there was thousands of places that he could have hid that black charger and they never would have found it. Right? So in the blocks, it's harder to hide the charger and the phone. But I'm down there trying to charge my phone for the night. Because I know the night for to be a long night. People for to be up gambling. People for to be up screaming and yelling all out damn the 12 o'clock in the morning. They for to be up. I already know it. When that Friday hit, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more school. Ain't no more nothing coming for the next 2 days. We for to be jumping. You know what I'm saying? So I try to go. I'm going to stay to myself, get my phone on 100%. By the time my phone go dead, I'm going to be sleeping. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. That's just how I always been, So I'm down there trying to get my phone charged. I'm kind of, moving and shaking, trying to make a couple plays here and there. But my partner who has my charger, because it was my charger and, my phone. I had 3 phones and 2 chargers. Well, one of my chargers I actually had sold. Somebody paid me $250 for a phone charger. So I really didn't have 2 chargers at this time. I had 1 charger. But I still had 3 phones. He had one of the phones, plus the charger, right? He was in a different gang than I was in. But he was my partner. So he wanted to make it look like the phone wasn't his nor the charger, because the people that outranked him in his particular gang, they probably would have tried to make it a community charger or a community phone. And he didn't want that. He'll stand up for himself, but he not gonna tell his partners, his gang member partners that, man, no, y'all ain't, man, no. He not finna do that, because people get petty in prison. People get real petty. I'm talking about for real. They know you got a charger. They know you got a phone, and you ain't letting them call home. First thing, man, I want to call my mama. You don't even let me call my mama, dog. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So people get real petty. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, movie night. The white guy that's in the honor dorm, it was the honor dorm. They in the honor dorm. He gets the movie from the guy that sits at the door. She called him in her office. The guy that sit at the door, she called him in her office. And I'm sitting kind of close to the guy at the door, because although they allowed me in the dorm, they don't allow me deep in the dorm because of the rules and regulations. Some of them dudes took them jobs seriously, man. I'm talking about top flight security, and they inmates top flight security. You know what I'm saying? And will get you locked up if you break them rules. So I'm kind of sitting close to him so he can keep an eye on me. That was the kind of rapport that me and this guy had. Man, as long as I can see you, man, don't go deep down in there, because I don't want to get fired from there, man. This job sweet. You know what I'm saying? I get to move how I want to move with this. Don't look out for me now, dog. Don't do me wrong now. I'm supposed to be in. all that, right? So I'm like, all right, man, I'm just trying to get on charge. He was like, all right, bet. So my partner hesitating by charging my phone because he don't really want the dudes that's in this dorm, he don't really want them to know that he got the charge, right? And it's his because it really wasn't his, it was mine, but he had it all the time. He kept it because all I need to do was just get now. If something stupid happened, I got 2 or 3 charges up there in the block that I know somebody got that I can just use. But at the same time, I'm already down here. Let me go and get mine charged. I ain't got to go over here and wait on nobody in the block. That's just the way I handle it or whatever. So the dude, she called the guy from the door, said, give him the DVD, tell him to put the movie on, go ahead and start the movie. Count clear, everything straight. He said, yes, ma'am, okay, cool. He get the DVD, he go to the tall white guy, he tell the tall white guy, now I'm not going to say names, so I'm going to refer to him as the tall white guy. Dude was like almost 300. He was real tall, about 6'7". He's a big dude. He handed him the DVD. Now, this particular guy that was at the door, the trustee dude, the runner dude, he was a gang member, and honestly, he was in the same gang as my homeboy, and a couple of other people that was in the dorm, right? He hands the white guy the DVD. He tell him, hey, here the movie, man. This your job. Go ahead and turn the movie on. Go ahead and get the movie started, right? The dude, white guy, he throw his hands up in the air and he say, man, you handed me contraband. You trying to get me kicked out the dorm. I don't want that. That ain't no movie. That's contraband. And he shoves the dude. Now, like I said, this dude is a well-known gang member, right? Well-known gang member. Dude kind of stumbled over the bed, over the beds, because they had, we had 1-level beds in the dorm, right? They didn't have, in this particular side of the dorm, it was just a single bed. He stumbled over the bed and fall. His gang partners get up. 2 of them. They get up. They are well-known too. And they don't run to him. They just walk over there real fast, help him up off the ground. The dude that they helped up off the ground turn around and say, man, what's wrong with you, crazy white dude? He not saying crazy white dude. He cussing him out. He calling him something else. The lady, the free world lady, hear him. She don't see him because I guess she was getting her paperwork and stuff together or whatever she was doing. She come out the door, and as she coming out the door, he was like, that's the movie, man. That's your movie that you supposed to be putting on because this is your job. You crazy white dude. What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? You are crazy. He was like, that ain't no movie. I ain't never seen no movie like that before. He was like, you handing me contraband. Movies come on tapes. What is that? That ain't no movie. He shoved him again. And when he shoved him again, he fell again over his partner and the bed. So now 2 of them are on the floor. The third one, now the DVD go flying again. The first time he pushed the dude, the DVD went over there by the lady. The lady come back and she screaming with the radio, that is the movie, stop, stop, stop. And she called the code because the third dude punched the white dude. Punched him in the face. The white dude swing back and hit the dude. So now they exchange blows. Pow, pow, they exchange blows. The 2 other dudes get up off the ground and they smash the white dude. They smashed him outside. They smashed him from in the dorm all the way around the dorm outside. Beat him up. She done hit the code. Oh my gosh, she all that. Whatever. Now I'm in a pickle. Cause like I said, I'm out of pocket like a mug. I don't gonna be down here. I'm gonna be nowhere near the south side. I stay in the block. I don't gonna be down here. Hey man, I said, hey man, give me the phone, man, give me the phone. He was like, huh? I like, man, give me the phone, man. He was like, oh, what's going on? Now everybody like, oh. Man, I snatched the whole thing, man. I take off. I done hit the door. They like right at the door. The police coming, running down the blacktop. I run and I go sit down on the bench. Police like, hey. I said, hey man, that wasn't me. It ain't. Hey man, that wasn't me. Y'all been hit me with no stick, but that ain't me, man. That ain't me. So they were like, she's still on the radio. She's still on the radio. I said, see, that ain't me. They were like, where is it? They come out of the door. Now the white dude hadn't hit the ground yet because he real tall. But they smashing him though. Papa, he ducking. They hitting it. Bing, bing, bing. They getting it to him though. Hey, they is getting it to him. So every time he trying to get away, they grab him. Bing, 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 bing. They beating him up. They finally hit him a couple times. Boom, boom. He fall. He like, oh, he fall. They smash him. Right? The other dudes that was a part of that gang, I commend those dudes. I even told those dudes, man, y'all real because it's 12, 13, 14 of y'all in this one particular dorm. Bruh, y'all would have probably killed him. They were like, man, they smashed him. You know what I'm saying? That was on him. They smashed him. But anyway, police come, mace them, lock everybody up or whatever. We had a lieutenant named Jones. Now, Jones was a black lieutenant. I will say his name because he crazy. He come down. He said, hey, I'm going to tell y'all, mother, just like this. I know. I can look right here. I see 5 or 6 of y'all don't even live down here. Y'all got 5 mother effing seconds to get up that hallway or I'm locking the whole prison down. So I take off. Yeah, I'm gone. I done hit the hallway. I'm up the hallway. Police is yelling, hey, slow down. Oh, ain't no slowing down, boy. Jones said we got 5 seconds. Boy, ain't no slowing down, boy. Hey, you gonna lock up in there. What of y'all? Hell, everything. I'm out. So, right after that, after they clear all that situation up, Jones tell the police to relay the message to the Southside runner dude. Southside locked down. Moving night over for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because we got 3 well-known gang members didn't beat up a white dude down here. Jones said the movie night over for y'all. Oh, y'all better find whatever y'all gonna find to do. But y'all don't lock down. He said, I tell y'all what, go take that movie to the blocks, right? And the runner came in there and said all this. This is how I know. He was like, take that movie to the block and tell the block, if they go ahead and watch that movie, we'll let them watch a second movie. You know what I'm saying? So we ecstatic. Now remember I told y'all, there's 2 black brothers too. One of the black brothers that was in the block that the movie get played in, he was the movie dude. They had just told him to be the movie guy because the white guy that was in the blocks that ran the movie thing, he was off. It was the weekend. The administration, he was the administration runner. So he was off. He was like, I ain't no movie man. No, I ain't doing that. I'm off, right? So he was like, go across the hall and tell such and such to come put the movie on. He the person that's supposed to do it. Now, this is another guy that hasn't been in the free world since the 60s. He has been doing time since he has been 11 or 12 years old. He was a kid, right? He had a brother that looked it just like him. And they looked it like twins. They were short, black, skinny, bald head, old men. They looked it just like twins. I will not lie to y'all. They looked it exactly like twins. But the brother, he was the older brother. He didn't do the movie. He like dealt with like building hobby craft, which is wood that they carve stuff with. He'll make birds and all that stuff. Like he wasn't into none of that. He gambled. You know what I'm saying? He ran poker games, dice games. He did that. He gambled, But this other brother, he was the movie dude. All right. So they take him, the movie case, they take it to him. They don't take him just the DVD. They take him the movie case. Now, like I explained earlier, that these guys have been locked up for a long time. Now, back in the 90s, like I said, like they had VHS tapes, right? It's 2007, right? They looking at DVDs now. This dude take the DVD and he go to the TV that they wheel around on the cart. They don't use that anymore because now we watching flat screens. They don't use that wheel around TV no more. He got the videotape player. He's trying to stick it in the VHS tape player thing. And he was like, hey man, why this ain't going in here? He was like, what kind of tape is this? He's like, what is this? And when he say that, he said in front of a playful young dude. The playful young dude started making jokes. Man, what's wrong with you, man? You dumb. He loud. He like, he don't even know what a DVD is. This dude is a young dude. He just came out the streets. This is an old man. This old man like, hey man, shut up, man. He telling him to be quiet. He like, man, be quiet, man. You don't know what you're talking about. He like, man, show me how to use this tape. Why this ain't going in here? He didn't know what a DVD was. He didn't even know. He knew what a tape player was. He knew what a VHS tape was, but he didn't know what a DVD player was. They was like, no, you got to put that in the DVD player. He said, a what? A what? Now, this is the block that I actually stay in, so I'm hearing this. They was like, the DVD player, you dummy. Like, they just going off on him. Like, it's like 3 or 4 guys, younger guys, you dummy, the DVD player, he don't know. Now, everybody is kind of smirking and laughing like that. That's insane. That's a shame. So the older white guy, that's the administration runner, they go get him. And they tell him to come out and do the movie. He was like, man, I'm off. I ain't going down. They was like, man, no, this man's trying to put the DVD in the tape player, man. He don't know what the DVD player is. He don't even know what the DVD is. He was like, man, he finna mess up something for everybody. He like, man, let me, so he come down, he go down, he said, hey, let me show you what it is. He was like, we don't do VHSs no more. We been stopped doing that years ago. He was like, huh? What you mean, VHS? What is that? He was like, we don't do tapes anymore. He like, how we watch movies? We watch movies all the time. He like, man, we watch movies on CDs now. This is a CD. He like, huh? A CD? So the three or 4 guys, the younger guys that, was overhearing the conversation, they're like, man, you so dumb, man. You dumb, boy. You old and stupid. They just going off. He said, man, y'all shut up, man. All right, y'all want to keep talking? Y'all want to keep talking? Now he didn't sight his mind out. He walk off. He like, man, F that movie stuff, man. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing it no more. His brother come. His brother say, man, y'all leave him alone. Chill out. Leave him alone. He like, man, the man been gone since 1967, man. The man been off the street since 1967, 1968. They was like, huh? They're like, yeah, man, we didn't even graduate. This man said, we didn't even graduate the 2nd grade. This is what this man said. He said, man, we only have a 2nd grade education. We didn't graduate the 2nd grade in the 60s. This is what he's saying. He said, man, he said he don't know what no DVD is. I don't know what no DVD is. Those dudes, they kept going. So I look, I'm like, oh, I'm looking messed. I'm like, damn. So I wonder if that's what's going on with the white dude. It's prison word travels, right? Later on, we found out the other dude didn't. He went to the 2nd grade and that was it. He committed a murder, and but he was like 12 when he did it, but he was still in like the 2nd grade. You know what I'm saying? When he did that murder, the white dude, he was just a big kid. The movie guy, the original black guy that said, man, forget that movie. He cussed. Forget that movie. He walked off. He went to his cell, got a knife, came back out and stabbed 2 of the 3 guys, 3 or 4 guys that was right there. He stabbed. He hit both of them. He hit who he was aiming at. He got that main one that started, and he had got another one that tried to be, I guess be Captain Saver or whatever. He got him too. He stabbed both of them, and he was about to chase a couple of other guys, but they had already seen it. We had a couple of police on that was down there by. They hit the code. So I say this to, that was pretty much the end of that, because like I said, it might take a long time to even upload, but I'm trying to condense the stories because I'm doing the stories from my phone. But listen, y'all, 2nd grade educations. These guys did not graduate the second grade, as they say. Now, I don't know what was going on in Alabama in the 60s. I wasn't born. But to graduate the second grade is something way new than what I ever heard. But they didn't have nothing past second grade educations. They had never seen a DVD before. We had one fight that it got out of hand because you had 3 gang members on a white guy, black gang members on a white guy, and they beat him up. I think they dislocated his jaw and everything. They went in on him. They was just using their fist though. And then you had a stabbing. Two people got stabbed behind making jokes about somebody who didn't understand that all you had to do was say, hey man, I don't even know what this is. Now, the first guy thought it was contraband. He had never seen it before. Y'all think I'm lying. It's prison. People don't have access to the streets like that. And then the second incident, the stabbing incident, he didn't even know how to use it. He took it to the tape player to try to put it in the tape player. He looked at it and was like, man, what is this? They was like, use the DVD player, man. It's right in there with the TV. He was like, what's a DVD player? His brother said the same thing. What the hell is a DVD player? So start realizing that there are people still in prison that haven't even thought about getting a GED or understanding certain things when it comes to society evolving. So yeah, man, these guys are in their 70s now. I don't know if they're still living or anything like that. But that's just a little sad story that I, witnessed while being there.